If you're not a spiritual person, keep on scrolling. This isn't for you. But if you're into expansion, spirituality, quantum, 3D, 5D, all of that stuff, this is for you. One thing I've learned about growing plants in my kitchen over the winters is that you eventually need to expand the vessel. I'll start little tiny lavender clippings in tiny little vials, and then when I see the roots grow, I expand it into a bigger vessel, like a bigger jar, a bigger bottle. And the reason being is it literally will stop growing. It'll stop expanding. The roots will only get to a certain point and you have to move it. And I can't move it outside yet because of the winter. So I put it in like bigger jars. Don't mind my dirty windows. These ones are ready to be put outside. Now, what's very synonymous about this is our soul and our spiritual growth is like we can only grow so much. Our vessel will expand to the point where at some point we're going to just be repeating the same rhetoric over and over. And not just rhetoric, but like our same beliefs over and over and over until we're ready to expand. And if you are consciously in a mindset where you're looking for expansion, you're going to feel unrest when your vessel, which would be our bodies, is at its max, so to speak, and it's ready to expand. And it's not like you can expand your body, so you have to expand your soul vessel, our energy, our auras. And the way that we do that is through knowledge and learning and experiencing things, reading books, audibles, listening to soul expanding music, going to conferences, practicing yoga, practicing meditation, being open while you're hiking and walking, and just looking for the signs and synchronicities everywhere. Because if you're not doing that, then you're just going to be stuck in the same soul vessel. And you're just going to be doing the same things over and over and over. And do you know what? There are some souls out there that they're like, I'm done. And you know who they are. Like that you might have a friend or a family member and you know who they are. They're fine and they're fine with it and that's their life. But if you are on that soul journey and you're constantly looking for expansion and you notice I'm ready for growth, that growth is going to come in a form of uncomfortability. And it could be so subtle. Like, I need something, and you don't really know what it is. Like, what is it that I need? And it could just be a little micro change to the right or a micro change to the left. Like one simple change in your routine, like adding some water first thing in the morning when you wake up. And for people maybe looking for more, maybe they're adding like a mile of walking or a mile of hiking or an hour of meditation instead of 15 minutes. They're looking for change and expansion, and so they're expanding through practices and learning things. And like for instance for me, I'm like I had been feeling very stuck, and I listened to like 6 books. I'm a very big audibler, but I mean, I listened and finished to 6 books in only a few weeks, like done. And I'm like, still going, I'm still going. And not only that, but I'm reading things too. And I have ADD. I don't even like to read, but I'm reading, I'm listening, I'm looking for things through music, through painting, through practice, through gardening. Like I'm ready to expand. I was feeling unrest, and now I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to put my roots into the universal soil. These are ready to go into ground. Like soil is an energy. I'm going to put these in my garden outside, not just a planter box, as every so often I'll put some in a planter box and let them get stronger. But it's still soil. But I will be putting these actually in the ground to expand, and the roots they're going to know that, I have room to grow. There is something about roots that they are processing information, and you can never not tell me that plants are not sentient beings, because all they need is just light and water to start to grow. That's it. A little bit of moisture, sunlight. They know what to do. That's it. So we don't need a lot in order for ourselves to start to expand. But you have to prep yourself. you have to prep yourself and start in a smaller vessel and then expand the vessel. You can't just go from boom to boom, because it might die. It might overload itself with extrasensory things. So it is kind of a delicate process, you know? It is a process, but it's worth it to be able to keep expanding and thickening your roots, becoming sure of yourself, knowing your foundations, knowing that things exist, and knowing that there's even more out there that you didn't know, but you know the potentiality, and you know that there is so much bigger and better out there, and you are on your way to reaching and expanding to it with your roots. But you do have to start somewhere. Your soul can start as a little clipping of lavender. I'll start my clippings in a little vial, and a tiny little root will grow. My hands are dirty because I'm in the garden. And then they just start to grow, and then they start to expand. And then you have to put them in bigger vessels. And it's the time where they are ready to be put into the infinite energy. And the same happens with us, our vessel, and our souls. So get to gardening your vessel and your soul.